Well, hello everybody. I am so excited to see you for this AMA Ask Me Anything. I am dual broadcasting here on Facebook and down here on Instagram Live. So bear with me if my eyes are bouncing back and forth because I am watching what it is that you are saying. So thank you so much. I see I have some people joining me over on Facebook. I cannot see who you are until you comment. So let me know who you are. And what's going on. If you've got questions for me, now is the time to ask. We can talk about anything Golden, Jaded, or writing in general. Or Forged, my prequel novella, which is coming out in, well, not too very long, August 8th, which I'm really excited about. So we are going to hang out for just a little bit. We're going to answer some questions. I'm really excited about this. Alyssa wants to know, or she's saying that it's my favorite stalker. You are my favorite stalker, dear. In fact, you're the only stalker that I appreciate. Let me know if you guys have questions. I did have some people write in with questions, which I had on my phone, and I am now live broadcasting from my phone. So I'm going to try my best to remember those, but it may or may not happen. Oh, I do remember them. So let's get started. If you've got questions, pop them into the chat box below for me, and we will go ahead and get this answered for you. Hey guys, again, thanks for joining. You got to tell me in the comments that you're here, otherwise I cannot tell that you're here. I am dual broadcasting on Instagram and on Facebook, so my eyes will be bouncing back and forth, and if you've got questions, now is a great time to ask. I did have someone write in earlier. I put the call out for questions, and she asked specifically if, when I was writing Mr. Arrow's shop in the Jaded duology, if I had ever been somewhere like that, or if I had specific information or inspiration that helped me to design that workshop. Hey, Jess, thanks for joining. As far as Mr. Arrow's shop goes, I've been into things like thrift shops and like hobby shops and little, gosh, I can't even think of the word right now. I'm very distracted because I'm sitting here in front of a big picture window and there's a yellow butterfly caught on the inside of my porch. I'm on the side of my porch right now, so there's a glass window and the poor little thing's just trying to get out. It's a whole new kind of butterfly scene. That one's gonna end better. Oops, I totally just gave a spoiler. My bad. Anyway, as far as inspiration goes, I feel like I pieced together bits and pieces from different things that I have experienced, but I've never been somewhere that very strongly influenced Mr. Arrow's shop in Jaded, but I do have this incredibly clear picture of his shop in my mind, like where everything's located, where the shelves are, where the back room is, where the counters are, where are the crates that they're sitting on, things like that. So in my mind, it is very, very specific. And I don't necessarily go into a ton of detail on his shop because that's not kind of where the story was going. That wasn't very dependent on the way his shop looks. But I definitely have this incredibly clear picture in my mind of his shop. So I definitely had some interesting inspiration, and it kind of played into what I was doing over in the Jaded duology. Now, I did get another question, and I am waiting for other questions to come in, so please, if you are here, go ahead, ask those questions. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what we want to talk about today. But I did get another question from Alexis, and she says, when you hear the word poison, what does that make you think of? And Alexis knows poison is kind of a reoccurring theme in some of my books, a lot of the books that you haven't read yet because they aren't out. But poison is a big thing. There are specific things that I have gone to time and time again within my stories. It's kind of interesting because they just keep popping up. And poison is definitely one of them. You will see poison in Golden, and you will see poison in Jaded. I should have planned that better. There we go. Now I'm not blocking it with my fingers. But you will see poison in both of these books. And you'll even see... Do you see it? I'm so busy dealing with the sequel to this book, I don't remember if there's poison in the prequel. I'm going to have to look that up. Also, over here on Instagram, I do apologize if I was cutting off my books. I was watching myself on Facebook. All right. Let's see if I can put this book down. There we go. And let's get to some questions. So I know I've got some people hanging out with me, and I do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me today. I want to know, what do you have question-wise for me? We can talk about Golden, we can talk about Jaded, we can talk about being a writer, we can talk about social media strategy, because you know I do that too. We can talk about the really cool steampunk event in my town that I'm going to tomorrow. I think it'll be interesting. I'm trying to decide if I want to dress up or not. But my town doesn't really do that kind of thing. So I would probably be dressed up alone. So I've got my top hat on standby. I don't know though. I will say that this butterfly out here is very distracting. So as soon as we are done with this live broadcast, I'm going to go save him. All right, I'm seeing more people join us. Hey, thanks. We're doing an Ask Me Anything. Go ahead and pop those comments in the comment box below so that I can answer your questions or just chat with me, because we can do that too. If you happen to be one of my author friends, I'll give your book a shout out. So let me know that you are here, because I cannot tell who is here unless you comment, because that's the way that, unfortunately, this is working. I can see I've got people. I just can't see who you are. Jess would like to know, how old were you when you started writing your first book? I was I'm 29 now, and I probably started writing maybe like 5 years ago. So early 20s. To be serious about it. I would write when I was younger too, but nothing serious about any of that. I do, if you watch some of my older live broadcasts, I actually have a video with, I call it the very first book I ever wrote. It's not, but it was one of those things I did in school. And it was this little book with the pages glued together, and you unfolded it. It was like this long book. And it was a story about a puppy, a talking puppy, who saved a girl from a fire. And there was a talking deer too. And I must have been second, third grade when I did this. I had pretty little illustrations. Guess what? I could draw puppies. Like, I was good at puppies way back when. Little cartoon puppies, cute little ears. Oh, yes. It was awesome. You can actually look that up if you go to my YouTube channel or to my Facebook page and you look up my first book. It's there. It's pretty cool. I also, when I was in middle school, in 5th and 6th grade, we got what they called bear books, which were hardcover books. They were a little bit wider and not as long as these books. And they were just blank books. So it had a hardcover front, a hardcover back. It had the spine. And then it had like 20 pages in it or whatever. And we would actually have to write stories. And so my 5th grade year, we wrote a story. And I loved it. We had such a great time. Mine was about raccoons, talking raccoons, and the little girl that they hung out with. And then in 6th grade, we were going to do it again, except our teacher switched it up on us. And they decided to do a poetry book. So we all had to write different types of poetry. And then we had to pick other people's poems and create this collection of poems from our class, and we all had our own copy of this book where we did our own artwork, I think, for these things. Wow, I can't remember. I should look up these books, but it was pretty cool. So I've been writing for a very long time, but my legit, like, oh my goodness, I'm out of things to read. I don't know how to search Amazon yet, because that was a thing. I didn't really know where to find good books way back when, and I was out of books, and I needed something. I was dying. I needed something. So I wrote it, and then I kept writing, and then somebody convinced me to publish. So it was a process. All right. Let me take a look over here on the Facebook side of things. I'm getting questions. Ooh, lots of good questions. Hold on. Let me read these. If you could cast your Golden and Jaded characters in a steampunk role in honor of the event that you're going to tomorrow, what roles would they be? You ask such hard questions. Maybe I don't understand steampunk very well. Are there roles? I don't know. You're going to have to help me out here. I don't know. I mean, I can tell you how they would dress. I can do that. Illyria would wear this Victorian top with slightly puffy sleeves and a corset. It would be navy blue and white with a brown corsety belt, and it would have a very long flowy skirt, and it would be amazing. And she'd probably have some kind of goggle hairpiece or something. Jade, she would wear kind of shattered angel wing type things and a top hat, and her dress would be white or light colored, probably stained with tea, off-white. So that would be pretty cool. Oh gosh. I feel like the boys from Golden, they would have arm things on. It would be like leather arm strap, gadgety with gears and stuff, kind of a thing. Like, I feel like that would be really cool. I don't know about Rowan or Lucas. I'd have to work on that. Gosh, we should make like a Pinterest board on this or something. Somebody do that. Somebody do that. Let me see. What would Jade's dress look like steampunk wise? Yep. Okay, I answer that. Yay me. I know you're tired of writing, but would you consider writing a steampunk story as much as you love it? Well, let me just qualify that right there. I am tired of writing right now because I just created an entire book in a week and a half, and I did nothing but write for a week and a half, and it was very traumatic and mentally straining. I'd done it before, but I wasn't on a timeline then. I was on a deadline this time, and it was rough. It was rough, and I had other things going on, so there was a lot going on, and it just ended up being kind of rough. So I'm taking like a 3-day break. I'm going back to my writing tomorrow, but I definitely took a couple days off of this. But would I consider writing steampunk? Heck to the yes. However, as we can clearly see, I need to do some research. I need to learn more about this culture because I love it. I read steampunk books. I love the fashion. I love everything about it. However, I am going to have to learn a little bit more so I can be a little more specific and not get called out by people who actually know what they're doing. So I would definitely have to put some effort into it. Definitely have to put some effort into it. Do you have something planned after Golden and Jaded? Yes. Yes, I do. In fact, yesterday I had what I call a crash day. I have been overworking myself for a couple of months now, and I have not stopped. So, like, I get up at 4-ish in the morning usually, and I work until like 10 or 11 at night. I just don't stop. So I have definitely overexerted myself. And so yesterday I had my crash day where I was in this fog and I couldn't really function. I was so tired and my brain wasn't processing things. So I tried to get some work done. But I don't know what I was saying because I looked at another question that I really like and I want to answer. Oh, yes. So yesterday I was working and I was trying to get some stuff accomplished without doing all my hard work that really requires a lot of brain power. And so I was trying to figure out my schedule for what I'm doing for my books. And I have a ton of books that I'm working on right now. But I narrowed it down to like 7 that I really need to focus on in the next couple of months to handle them over the next year or so. Some of them will be coming out sooner rather than later. Some of them are going to require some extra time for some things. So we'll see. I do definitely have some things planned. And I've got some new retellings and some new dystopian sci-fi fantasy type things. So some of them are written and just need to be fixed. Some of them I'm in the process of writing, but I can't give you any details. But there's like 3 or 4 retellings, like super twisted retellings that I am really excited about that hopefully will not take too terribly long to come out, but we'll see. We will see. Jess says, do a steampunk retelling of Aladdin. That could be interesting. I totally love that. In fact, I love that to the point where I'm going to screen grab that. Oh my goodness. There we go. That was so traumatic. I'm sorry about that, guys. And oh my goodness. You guys, I apologize. This is what happens when we use dual technology. Difficult on every level. I do apologize. Let me see what else we've got here. Let me see. I gotta scroll up. All right, keep sending those questions in. Let me know what you want to know more about. I do see that I've got people here who haven't talked to me yet, so I don't know you're here. But let me know you're here. Let me know that you're here and we are hanging out. Steampunk is definitely going to be really interesting. And I feel like you're right, Jess. That would be so cool to do an Aladdin steampunk. So now I'm probably going to have to do that. So I appreciate that. I'm really excited about that now, actually. I just added a new one to my list. But like I said, I do need to do a little bit of research. Okay, so let me know, what do we want to know more about? If you see me moving around here, I am definitely posting things up on my screen here over on Facebook because I have the ability to put words up on my screen. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot to work with Aladdin and steampunk. Good idea, Jess. Yes, I think that was a very good idea. I'm kind of really excited about that, and now I want to work on it. But I have something else I'm supposed to be doing first, and that is my sequel to Jaded. I gotta get that finished first. So, for those of you that loved the first book in the Jaded duology, the second book comes out this fall, and we gotta get some of that written because I have part of it done, but not all of it done. So we are going to be working on that and wrapping up Jade's story. It's gonna be interesting. I do know what's happening in this story. I know what's going on, but I can't tell you. You're excited for the second book. Yes. I'm glad that you are excited for the second book. It's going to be good. I know how it ends. It's a duology. There's only 2 books, so it ends. It officially ends on this one, so be prepared. That sounds scary, right? Jess is saying, yay, more Jade and Roan. Yes. Yes, I'm excited for it. It's going to be good. The sequel for Golden is coming out this fall as well, in September. And we are just wrapping up some of the last details on this one before we're going to send it off to the printer, which I'm really excited about. And I think it's really good. I've gotten good feedback from the people who have read it so far. So we shall see. We'll see. This one's a trilogy, so you get one more at the beginning of 2018. So this one will not end, but it'll have some terrible cliffhanger because that's what I do. So be prepared for that one too. Elissa is excited for more Lucas in the Jaded duology. Yes, I know you're a little bit obsessed with him. That was my puppy, if you heard that. So sorry. Sometimes she hears things and she likes to be involved. Hey guys, thanks for joining. If you are here, go ahead and leave me a comment below. I am dual screen broadcasting here on Facebook and down here on Instagram Live, answering your questions. But I can't tell who you are unless you comment. So I actually need you to go ahead and comment for me so that we can hang out and answer your questions. I was just going to say I could actually check my phone and see who's on Facebook, except I then realized I was broadcasting through my phone. It's the second time I've tried to get on my phone today while I'm live broadcasting. Oh, hi, Susie. Thanks for showing up. My sister here, guys. Sometimes she shows up. Elissa wants to know, if you could write a spin-off of one of your Jaded characters, who would it be and what would it be about? Girl, spoiler alert. I should learn to read these before I read them out loud. I may have something in the works. I may. But I'm not going to tell you who. I will say I would love to do, and this is not what I was planning, okay? I'm planning something else. But I would love to do something about Mr. Arrow, because he is just this magnificent man who is so hyper aware of everything around him, and he's very, very good at taking care of people and making it seem like he's not this very smart, very highly educated man who is in control of the situation. He's very, very good at looking old and feeble and a little unstable and not quite all together, and he just plays everybody. And I love it. He's so good at it. And it's like this long-term con that he's been working on, for years and years and years. And it was all to help in this rebellion and the retribution from the rebellion. So I kind of love him and what he's doing. And if you like him, there's actually a game called the Save Jade game. You can access that by going to savejadegame.k.m.robinsonbooks.com. And it is a 3-day interactive game where you can actually play with people. Not people. You can play with Mr. Arrow through Facebook Messenger. And so for 3 days, he will send you a series of missions, and you will be able to interact and choose your own adventure as you are deciding what to do to accomplish his missions. Are you going to this location or this location? Did you see that or did you not see that? Did you leave it or did you not leave it? So you will be able to kind of choose your own adventure and report back to him. And then when you pick up the actual book, you are going to be able to see how your actions affect what is going on in the book. So I actually created it so that it intertwines with the book, and you get this really cool behind-the-scenes look at what Mr. Arrow is doing. So you're not seeing much of him within the story. You're not going to see what he's doing when he's not with Jade, but you get to through this game, which is really, really cool. In my mind, it's kind of like what they did with the Hunger Games. So they've got the Hunger Games books, and you stay exclusively with Katniss throughout this book. But in the movie, you actually get to see what President Snow is doing behind the scenes and the game makers are doing in the control room, which is something you don't get to see in the books. And so I kind of love that this is kind of an alternative view of the story. You see what another character is doing while Jade is trying to survive. So I kind of love that. All right, what else do we have question-wise? We're going to hang out for just a couple of more minutes. So if you've got a question for me, now is a great time to ask. I'm hoping to just hang out until the bottom of the hour. So that's just a few more minutes. So go ahead, ask whatever you would like to know, or just say hi if you're just popping on, because I know we've got some people popping on here. Whew, it is hot here. It was like low 70s this morning, and all of a sudden it popped up to like 90 degrees, and I haven't had fans on all day, so it is hot in here. I just turned them on before we started. So, fun times. Oh, I see what that is. I'm noticing on my Facebook page that there's something in the corner of my screen, and that is my phone. Right there, that's my phone. Nope, I can't fix that. We're going to leave it be. Unfortunately. I'm going to have to work on a better way to do this. This is not super conducive to working, unfortunately. It's because I'm using a laptop and a phone. You can't really have them in the same location. I could kind of rig it up so that the phone camera would be right above the computer camera, but then I couldn't read the questions, so I'm working on it. Obviously, I'm hitting some weird buttons and things, but it's okay. Totally okay. My little sister is waving at me, so I'm just going to pop that on screen. There we go. All right, so I am taking any last-minute questions that you have. I do have some interesting news for you, and most of you probably already know this, but I do have a prequel novella to the Golden Trilogy, which is my young adult retelling of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And in this story, in my main story, Goldilocks is sent on a mission to destroy the bear family by targeting the youngest bear, Dove, and his older brother and his sister-in-law, so my baby bear, mama bear, papa bear. And it turns out to be this deadly mission where not a lot of people get out. It's kind of fun, which you're going to learn some people did not make it in the sequel. You'll find out. But I do have the prequel novella, which comes out August 8th. I don't know where to hold this to be on both cameras. It comes out August 8th. I'm done. It comes out on August 8th. I'm really excited about it. And this is all about Goldilocks' training before she was sent on the deadly mission to destroy the bear family. So you're actually going to see what Illyria went through with Lowell and with Shadow, and how she was trained from this young, naive girl who was living with her aunt. After her aunt died, her cousin took her in and trained her specifically to go on this mission to destroy his enemies. And so we learn a little bit about her. It is a novella, so it's short. This is a short, easy read, but it's kind of really cool. So, August 8th, I hope you'll check it out. It's going to be awesome. And then the sequel comes out in the fall, as well as the sequel for Jaded. And then we got some interesting stuff in 2018. It's going to be fun. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. Hey, Bryn's here. I'm super excited to see you, girl. We're doing an Ask Me Anything. So if you have questions, I'm hanging out for just a couple more minutes. Go ahead and hit me up and let me know what you want to know more about. Jess says, does a certain creeper character from Forged make an appearance in Locked? Jess has read this book, and I think I know who you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking about, and I will say this. There are several characters from Forged that will appear in Locked. So you're going to meet them in the prequel novella, and then you're going to see them in present day when when we get to Locked, which is the sequel to Golden, Bryn has a secret. Other people haven't read this yet. Love you. Shush. But yes, I think that's who she was talking about. Not giving a specific name. just hinting. That it was a little cryptic. It was pretty cryptic, I guess. I'm not telling you on Facebook though, so haha. But yeah, several people do make appearances in Locked, which is the sequel to Golden, but I won't say who. And I will say a couple of them end up being rather important in Locked, and I always knew a couple of them were going to make appearances in Locked. I didn't realize quite as many. So there's actually there's a handful. There's a hint. In fact, there's one, oh, that was really loud, I'm sorry. In fact, there is a character who you do not see very much in this series, but has made an appearance in Golden, in Forged, and in Locked. But I mean, you're going to have to pay attention to know who this person is. So there's a little teaser for you. You actually have to pay close attention. You're probably going to have to go back and figure out where this person is in Golden. I do kind of give a hint to it, a reference of where this person is from in the first book. And if you aren't paying attention in Forged, you will not notice them. Like a super small character. Yes, they're smaller. They're going to be easily identified, but they are not major. They don't actually have a name yet. So I'm going to see about the third and final book in the series. I may reveal this person's name, but as of right now, this person has not been named, only described, and they have appeared in Golden, in Forged. They will appear in Locked again. And I mean, at this point, when I figured out that this person was in all three of these books, I knew I was going to have them in the third book, but I had not planned that out yet. So, Bryn says, I need to reread them and find them. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. I feel like it will be harder for you to pick this person out based on what you have right now. But it'll be easier in Locked because I kind of give them a direct shout out. So I tell you where you would have seen them within these books. Scavenger Hunt, Bryn says, and just says, me too, we were going to have to look them up. Yes. I mean, I would read it right now and try to figure out who it is. In fact, we could have a little contest in my Elite Street team. Who can find it first? And if you can, direct message me. Don't direct message the group. I'm just going to announce who won, but I want everybody to go search for it. So tell the other girls in the group. Oh, fun times. Yeah. So I do have a character who spans the trilogy. All of these books, this person is going to be in there, and theoretically, I may give away more information about this character in the fourth book, but I don't know yet. Fourth book, in the third book, in the last one in the trilogy that is not a prequel. I will consider giving more information about this person, or maybe they will just have a random guest appearance again. I don't know. We'll see. They're very important. I mean, this person is very important to all of these storylines, but they're only mentioned just real quick, and it's based on kind of like a description. So, fun times. Bryn says game on. Yes. Game on. Totally game on. Good luck. Good luck. May the odds ever be, no, I didn't even say it right. May the odds be ever in your favor, because we're on a Hunger Games thing today. Are we fans of Hunger Games? Of the Hunger Games? I absolutely love them. I'm a big fan. Let me know if you're a fan too. Okay. Bryn says, curiosity is killing me. So they have no name. No, they don't have a name. I don't know this person's name yet. Like, we have not officially met. We've not officially met. I mean, I keep running into this person. We keep having a thing on the book with lines and interaction and stuff, and this person's important. They are important to the storyline. I mean, there's a reason that this person is there in all of these books. However, it's just been kind of quiet. And so I had written this person into Golden. And when I wrote them into Golden, I did it so that I could actually toss it back to Forge, knowing that I was going to do that. Bryn's going to call him Waldo. Okay, you can call him Waldo. I am not calling him Waldo in the book because it doesn't fit with my book, but that would be really cool. And actually, this is just going to be a little weird and awkward for you right now, Bryn. You're going to see why that's kind of a really funny thing for me to hear right now. Where's Waldo? Jess says, yeah, So you'll find out why that's actually so funny. Oh goodness, fun times. Him. I don't even know what that means, Bryn, but okay. You have an idea. You're going to DM after the AMA. Yes, Jess, please do. Please do. Gosh, I don't know if you can figure it out just from this. If you haven't looked, I don't know. If you just came up with this, if you just figured this out, I'm going to be incredibly impressed that you just off the top of your head figured it out. I will be so impressed. Okay. Any last minute questions? Now is the time. I'm a little bit over what I was going to hang out on, but you guys showed up, so I want to still hang out and chill with you guys. So if you've got questions, go ahead, let me know. I am going to pop some info on my Facebook page because I can. I don't know where it went. All right, I'm just going to stall for just a second while we are hanging out waiting for any last minute questions from Instagram and Facebook. If you are interested in learning more about my books, you can go to goldeninfo.k.m.robinsonbooks.com, which will give you info about Golden. You can also go to jadedinfo.k.m.robinsonbooks.com and learn more about the Jaded duology. Wow, I'm saying a lot. I need to calm down. I don't usually do it that bad. As always, you can hang out with me over at k.m.robinsonbooks.com. I almost gave my photography website, which would have been bad. k.m.robinsonbooks.com, where you have access to all sorts of things about my author world. I am going to be doing some rather interesting things on there in the not-too-distant future that give you an even deeper look into the world of Golden and the world of Jaded. I'm really excited about it, but I can't tell you yet. It is a secret, but it's going to be awesome. So check out the website now and get ready for some changes in the not-too-distant future. You know I am a web designer, so I only let my website sit for a certain amount of time before I'm like, we need to change this, we need to update this, we need to do something cool and new. So it's been this way for a month or two, and I'm ready to change. So we're going to do some cool stuff. I'm excited for it. So come check it out, k.m.robinsonbooks.com, and I'll let you know when the new site's up. You can also hang out with me on social media at k.m.robinsonbooks on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. You can also look up my videos over on YouTube, which will give you some really cool insight because I do videos like this one, the live broadcast here, and I also do pre-recorded things, which is pretty awesome, and I've got all sorts of stuff. There may be some trailers coming soon and other fabulous, wonderful, lovely things. So come hang out with me over on YouTube. It's going to be great. You can also hit up blog.k.m.robinsonbooks.com, which is my blog, where I give you all sorts of brand new content and information and fun, fabulous things. If you did that, see you guys. Today is Fan Art Friday, which is fantastic. I put a brand new piece of fan art up on my social media channels. I hope you'll check those out. I actually put up the digital headshot of Mr. Arrow from the Jaded duology, which I absolutely love. So go check that out. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I truly appreciate you coming out today. I always love hearing your questions. You had some good ones today. I'm really excited about it. You even gave me a book idea, which I now have to do. OMG, I'm so excited for that. I can't even tell you. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. You guys have a fantastic day. I will see you next time. Stay inspired.